falls in love with Emma. Charlie is played by Robert Pattinson and Emma is played by Zendaya. They have this meet cute where Charlie sees Emma. He is interested in her. So when she goes to get coffee, quickly takes the picture of the book she's reading and searches for it in Goodreads, approaches her and pretends as if he read the book. But the thing is, Emma, she is deaf in one ear. So when Charlie is speaking to her, she did not notice him. But when she does, explains her condition and asks if they can start over. And this is how Charlie and Emma meet. Next time when we meet them, Charlie is already writing the wedding vows. They're engaged and this movie is leading up to their marriage. And Emma, she's talking to this woman called Rachel and she's explaining how Charlie is her first crush and first love. She's being judgmental about this. This is the Rachel's character. This is how she's going to continue. Plan about her more in the future. So Emma and Charlie, they're taking a walk. They see their DJ doing hard drugs. They discuss with their friends Rachel and Mike. Rachel and Mike are married. So Emma, Rachel, Mike and Charlie. They are wine testing for the marriage. So while they are wine testing, they discuss about the worst things they have done. Actually, this is also Rachel's idea. She forces her husband to confess her. So he that everyone else also should do it. So in this way, they start saying the worst things they have ever done. And so they do. So everyone does. But after Emma gives her confession, everyone at the table goes silent. It's the tone of the next hour of the movie. Because Emma's secret is something very bad. So the next 1 hour of the movie is the fallout of this too. How others treat Emma and how Charlie feels about Emma. This is what the plot of the drama is. I really like this movie and I hope you guys will check this movie out too. It's definitely recommended. Okay, so now let's get into spoilers. Let's start with the worst things each one has stated. First, it's Mike, and Mike's worst thing was when he was on a date, a dog attacks them, so he uses his date as a human shield. So this is really bad, but next it's going to get worse. Then it's Rachel's turn, and Rachel, when she was younger, she had this friend who was a bit slow according to her. Go to a place and she finds a closet over there. She locks the kid in the closet, and when she starts making sounds, she runs away. What happened to the kid? And she was like, I don't know. And when the father came to ask her, she said she doesn't know, but she says everything is alright because they eventually found him. This was bad, but the group moves on. Next is Charlie's turn, and Charlie confesses that when he was younger, he has cyberbullied someone so bad that they have to leave the town. He says maybe it was a coincidence, but he is not sure. The reading was based on Charlie's character. Maybe he was making it up, that we are not sure. But let's move on. Now it's time for Emma. So what did Emma do? Well, when she was younger, she actually planned a school shooting, but she says she never went through with it. And when she says this, the entire mood of the table goes silent and they think she's joking at first, but she confesses that she is deaf in 1 ear because she was actually practicing with the rifle, and that's how she got hurt. And this revelation changes everything. Rachel immediately gets angry and says that one of her cousin was a victim of school shooting. So she takes a great offense to what just Emma confessed. Everything goes bad. Emma tries to apologize, but it's too late, so she just pukes all over. We cut to next day. Emma wakes up and she cannot find Charlie, and she imagines that Charlie is talking to Mike, and Mike is saying like, you're not going to marry her. You want me to beat her up? I will beat her up. Mike comes with coffee, so he just went out for coffee and it was all Emma's imagination. Charlie and Emma, they try to talk, but it doesn't work. They are fixated on doing the wedding, and this is how the movie is going to play. They want to do the wedding planning and they want to also talk about this issue, and Charlie goes on a downward spiral, tries to understand Emma, and we come to know that the reason why Emma tried to do because she was bullied and she was depressed at the time. So she planned everything and she even did a video and everything, and at the day she didn't go through it because someone else did the shooting at a mall and a student from the school was the victim of the shooting. And Charlie is like, oh, so someone got to it, that's it, that's why you didn't do it. And Emma is like, no, that's how she met a group of friends. So what happens is after the shooting, the school is therapy sessions and group sessions, and this is when Emma meets a boy and he encourages her to participate in the group. We get the best scene. Emma actually looked into one of the kids' eyes and she was the bully, and she just starts crying. Emma and the bully, both of them starts crying, and this is how they bond. With this group session, she was able to become an anti-gun activist, and I don't think it was performative. Maybe it started as that, but she actually got into it. But to Charlie, he's still not able to make sense of it. So Charlie and Rachel and Mike meet, and Rachel is like, how could you marry her? And this is when he says that it is hypocritical for Rachel to act as if she has not done anything wrong. She actually locked a mentally disabled kid in the closet, and Emma says like, oh, I never said he was mentally disabled, but But Charlie clocks it and he says, no, what you said. And this is true. See, Rachel is extremely judgmental and hypocritical. Even before Emma confesses to her crime or thought crime, even from the start, Rachel was never fond of Emma. If you ask me, actually Rachel is kind of the villain of this movie. But Charlie, he's still trying to make sense of it, and he just imagines Emma as her teenage self, and he imagines how she was holding the gun, how she was doing these videos, and he goes on a downward spiral. Eventually, he asks one of his co-worker, he asks her what she would do, what is the worst thing she has done, and she confesses that she cheated on her partner, and then he asks what she would do if she found out that her partner was planned to do a school shooting, and she says she would have gone to authorities. Reason with her that was in the past, and she still says she would have gone to the cop. There he breaks down and he runs away from the room and he starts crying, and he tries to console him and he mistakes it and he starts to kiss her. And she also starts to kiss him, and he almost starts to cheat on his partner. He actually does cheat on his partner, but stops himself from going further. And this all happens, and we come to the ending, to the actual day of the marriage. They go through with it, they get married. And guess who is at the marriage? Rachel and Mike. Yes, they did come to marriage. And there is also Misho, the woman, the co-worker which Charlie cheats with. Also Misho's boyfriend. All coming to climax. When Emma's father gives speech, he talks about how Emma turned into this anti-gun activist and how she has thrown his gun away. Rachel has the biggest reaction. She laughs and everyone gets awkward and she just laughs. So Emma gets upset and she leaves her washroom. Someone talking about this school thing. The door, it's actually Misho. And Emma assumes Misho must have known through Rachel. So she asks Charlie to call Misho in so that she can explain. But Charlie doesn't want to do it, but she just asks him to get her. And as soon as Misho enters the room, she just confesses. She says, oh, I didn't kiss him. He's the one who kissed me. And Emma was not expecting that. And this entire thing goes so bad. They're back at the table. Emma is angry and sad. And Charlie doesn't know what to do. And Mike is like, oh, this time for speech. And Charlie starts to give one of the worst speeches I've ever heard. I was cringing so bad in my seat. He says something like, oh, I love you so much. I'm not going to throw away our marriage for Misho. And Misho's boyfriend hears this and he gets mad. Everyone starts whispering and Charlie is like, and you guys shut up. He says, Emma, I love you. I don't care even if you kill someone. At this point, Misho's boyfriend rushes towards Charlie and Charlie is like staring at him and he is like, did you harass my girlfriend? And then we cut to Charlie entering his room alone in the dark. Switches on the light. We see his bloody face in the mirror. It cuts to show that Misho's boyfriend actually punched Charlie in the face and Emma, she took off. She ran away. Everything goes so bad. Charlie searches for Emma and he couldn't find her. But he remembers something. Emma earlier says that after they're married, they should go to a dine-in. Just like how the Oscar winners go to dine-in as a custom. So he goes to the same dine-in. And Emma actually shows up, but she walks past him, she ignores him, but she comes back and she does the same thing which she has done at the start of the movie. She has to do this thing before in the movie, but it doesn't work. She asks Charlie if he is new here and he is confused. He's trying to start over. She's trying to do the same thing which she has done at the start of the movie. She's trying to start over. And Charlie gets it and he plays along. They hold hands and the movie ends. What do I think happens next? I think they will eventually work it out. The entire movie is about this question: can you forgive someone about their past? And I think we can, especially Emma, when she has shown so much growth, so much regret, much empathy throughout the movie. Now compare this to Rachel. She has never shown any remorse of what she has done. She's extremely hypocritical and judgmental. She makes everything about her, and this is why I think Rachel is the villain of the story. Most of Charlie's and Emma's issue would have been resolved if they just communicated. I thought this movie did this dynamic very well. I think everyone gave the 100%. I think all the side characters, including Rachel, gave the best performance I've seen in a movie. This movie worked very well just because everyone gave their 100%, and I think you guys need to watch this movie in the theaters. I had a very fun. I hope you guys do too. And that's all. Thank you.